This is okay because we're gonna get some one-on-one time with you. All right, Mr. Pig. We want to delve into your mindset going into this 1v1. What are your expectations? What do you think's gonna happen?
All right, so right at the start, we all know Shrek he's pretty much a bum. All right, he likes to run his mouth, talking all this behind the scenes nonsense. But when it comes down to the true sense of it, I'm the one usually RB rushing everything down at his base. So I know he's really toxic towards me. He doesn't like the hate going on. But I'm going to use that against him. And my plan is just to get in his mind, pull out some moves that you might not see in 1v1s. Things that he won't be ready for.
I see. Very, very interesting. If he were here right now, what words would you have for him going into this? What would you say to Mr. Shrek if he could hear you?
You know what? If he was really here in person, I think I'd probably start calling him Smelly. Try to get in his mind a little. Let him know that Attack on Titan is the best anime. People say these things and it throws them off completely. But I would try to stir him up as much as possible. Call him a bum. Anything that can really just get his head out of the game. Because, that's where I think I excel. I can talk the talk, but at the same time, really focus down when it comes time.
I see. I do see. Do you think, Shrek is a very beloved anime alongside Attack on Titan. Do you think that Shrek is just going to be no match today?
Oh, no. I'm expecting an easy 3-0 blowout. I don't think a single game is going to go his way. I'm ready to pull out moves that no one's ever seen before. No one in the top ranks of Halo Wars have seen, things like maybe suicide grunts or even grunts just tanking on tanks 1v4.
I gotta say,
that I'm ready for.
we're very excited to see the outcome of this match. If you do take home the gold, what are you gonna spend your winnings on?
What will I spend? No, I'm thinking about it. $50. That could go towards, or was it 35, something like that? A new Elgato system. Maybe start my own stream outplay. Show people what it really means to be a Halo Wars player. You gotta put in the time, put in the effort, put in the grit. You can't be out here at school. You gotta start failing school and show them how it's really done in the 2009 Classic.
Well, that is very inspiring, Mr. Pig. I'm excited to see your performance. We're gonna move on to Shrek's interview in just a moment, folks.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah. Shrek. I love the confidence. Let's get into it. So going into this 1v1, I know you weren't expecting it quite at this moment in time. How are you feeling? What's going through your mind? What are your thoughts?
Well, I probably shouldn't have started drinking beer at 5, but other than that, feeling strong as an ox. I will say the upside to winning is just pales in comparison to the downside of losing.
Absolutely.
You know how Mr. Pig is.
Oh, I definitely know how Mr. Pig is. In his pre-game interview, he was talking some mad game. How do you think Shrek is going to play a role tonight? Are you gonna lean on him a little bit?
Honestly, every single night I pray to Shrek, so I'm just praying he'll get me through tonight.
Well, I gotta say, I love your resolve. Shrek, as we all know, one of the great animes. What are your thoughts on Attack on Titan, Shrek?
I did see a meme earlier today, and I thought of you and Mr. Pig. It was like just some dude kind of like looking off at his friend. And he's like, when your friend is intently explaining their anime to you in hopes that you watch it, and you're sitting there listening, knowing you never will. I know nothing about it.
I see.
I would consider it, but honestly, I'm looking forward to Mr. Pig's feet pics in the chat after he loses.
Man, that's gonna be a sight to see. I really hope we get to that point. But if you do take home the gold tonight, Mr. Shrek, what are you gonna do with your winnings, your earnings? How are you? Let us know.
Oh, that's right. What are my earnings again?
So it's a 35-15 split, $50 prize pool. Winner takes 35, loser will take 15.
Honestly, I'd be more curious to know what Mr. Pig does with his $15.
I see.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think he'd use that on? Do you have any guesses?
Probably last-ditch efforts for the Latina,
Mm,
if I had to guess. You know.
very interesting. Well, Shrek, we're gonna get into the games here. I'm gonna bring us back into the lobby and go over the rules, and we'll get started.
Okay.
Come on.
Shut up.
So let me get into it. I'm gonna explain the rules to our viewers here, to the masses that'll be enjoying this video. It's gonna be a best of 5. It's a $50 prize pool. Winner's gonna take 35. Loser's gonna take 15. And we're gonna have random all for the first 3 games. And if it comes down to a split decision, we're gonna allow them to pick their leaders. Now I'm gonna set some ground rules here. There will be no candy glitching or cryo candy glitching allowed. That will be an instant disqualification. Disqualification. Other than that, all bets are off. We're going to go through the normal map rotation and, yeah, just kind of pick it map by map. And we are good to go. So this is going to be game number 1. It's going to be Shrek versus Mr. Pig, and it's going to be an RB mirror. RB mirrors, I'm going to just say it, they're very cancerous. A lot of the times it is decided in the early game. Usually it's just a base race, but we're going to see what these 2 fine gentlemen pull out here. Very humble fellows, and
Hey, we can hear you.
Hope we have a good one.
Are you gonna? Should you leave the chat in case?
Oh,
like,
shit, I'm still in the chat.
Hear you commenting on my stuff?
That is. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, let me leave here.
All right, go. Screw you, Shrek.
Okay.
You're about to get RB glitch run.
Alrighty, I think that they're gone now. So hopefully nobody.
No, we're still here.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave the call. I'll leave the call.
Once. Okay. Can't figure this out here. Shrek, you still in here?
I'd like to lie and say no, but yes.
Hold on, I'll figure this out.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna plug my mic back into my.
There we go.
I'm out of here.
I figured it out now. Okay. And we're off. So Mr. Pig's heading through the teleporter here. He's got some suicide grunts up. This is the very first show match I've ever done before. So apologize for the technical difficulties as we learn through here. We're going to be looking at this through Mr. Pig's vision. I noticed he opted to completely ignore the resource hook there. So we'll see if Shrek plans to capitalize on that at all. Try to catch those suicide grunts as they're coming out. He's going to successfully take that one down. And he's got a good amount of grunts out. That's definitely going to be enough to take down some pads here. I'm not quite sure if our friend got that resource elevator or not. Shrek is about to lose 2 pads. He's got another grunt coming out, but he's down 2 pads right now. But Mr. Pig is also very, very poor. It's going to be quite interesting. I like the Citadel play. He's going to go for Citadel. That's going to give him that extra base health. And the Arbiter is going to come back home. Good job DQing that turret. That's going to save him a little bit of cash. But Mr. Pig's going to take out that ghost there. So he just clicked on both of them. Oh, Shrek. Wow, Shrek actually went for the long haul, and he took Mr. Pig's resource hook. So he's going to be doing okay on the eco game, that is. Mr. Pig's raging these down here. He's going to fall back from the looks of it. See if I can bump this quality up a little bit here. Coming in a little bit choppy, but just zoom out. It should be okay. So Mr. Pig is going to take his. Very, very good idea there. They're going to trade hooks, so they both have one hook. And Shrek is on a Citadel. I'm going to be curious to see what this turns out to if it goes into the later game or the mid game. We'll see if Shrek pulls out a possible mid game push onto Mr. Pig's base. But the name of the game is going to be the reactors. Blood Gulch is Hook City, so we gotta take those down. And this is my live reaction, by the way. These games are being played live in front of my face, so we're getting Turnip raw and uncut here.
All units. Reactor claimed.
Gonna opt for the summit. He's on Tech 2 now.
Defiant Rage research.
Eco's pretty poor. I don't think we've upgraded much pads yet. But there we go. Starting to.
No more waiting.
Getting his RB upgrades. But yeah, good job on Shrek by going into that Citadel early. I'm curious what building he's going into. It's been a second since Mr. Pig had a scout out.
Warehouse upgraded. Let me go.
He's got the left side locked down. I wonder if he has that other reactor there. If Shrek had gotten into that reactor or not.
Enemy engagement.
He's going to be going for stasis drain here. There's some jackals right there, kind of bundling up. They might be going to trade and get those over. I do really like the shield generator. I think against an arbiter, it's a really good idea, especially with the suicide grunt risks.
Local units.
I move. As you say.
Stasis drain research.
Mr. Pig doing a good job clearing that out there.
Research.
Getting defense gauntlet.
What shall I do?
He's going to head through the teleporter. I wonder if he's going to take that third technology or not.
I am here. What shall I do? Vampire ready.
Oh, very nice. He's pushing in onto his side. Mr. Pig's a little weak, so I don't know if he's going to be able to push up there, especially with those jackals. But let's see.
I am here. I am chosen. I raise those vampires.
Enemy engagement.
Looks like Shrek's pulling in on the other side as well. He's massed a bunch of jackals.
What is needed? Honor. About time.
From what I can see on the mini-map, that is.
My blade is
Looks like those jackals are glitched from what I can see. Mr. Pig's getting some health back.
I see the way.
And it looks like he's about to get taken out of both of these money hooks. That's going to be not good, especially with... That's only going to leave him on 3 pads.
Local units.
Honor.
All units.
I will. Vampire. Repair.
All units.
At once.
All units.
Very well.
Sending in the vamps. They'll be able to take out those jackals. Oh, we've got some counter vamps coming up. Hopefully he can stop that jackal from getting in there. Deny him that money. That'll be huge.
Power terminated.
But Mr. Pig is very poor.
All units.
The other jackal's there too.
Point the way.
Shrek wants you out of his swamp.
What are you doing
Get
in
out
my
of
swamp?
Shrek's swamp. That he's claiming that for his own.
All units.
But it looks like he pulled back a little bit.
No more waiting.
All units.
I am here.
Got some Banshees and an Engineer up. But he's just got so much more health. He's going to have to get out of there.
All units.
But he does have the Vampire lead, so maybe he'll make this a little bit more annoying.
All units.
Repositioning.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to hold on to that Arbiter. He's going to have to get he's going to have to get some Engineers up. Or get out of there somehow. I like that play. He recalled. He might think he's still back there.
All units. All units.
But this is smart here, just letting those vampires pepper him down. Take some health off, and he's going to recall.
All units. All units.
But Mr. Pig is out of both of those hooks right now. Thankfully, he does have his reactor still, but he's hurting for cash.
Enemy engagement. All units.
Let's see what
All units.
Shrek has got over here. No shield from Shrek. Quite a risky move here. But the Arbiter's in position. Gonna try to glitch him maybe. But he's gonna pull back. He's not gonna let him get it quite so easily.
What shall I do?
He might be able to make a play here with Suicide Grunts because there is no shield.
We obey.
But he's got to attend to that Arbiter first. He has the Vampire lead. I think that's going to be really huge for him.
Tell us when.
All units.
On the way.
He's going to defend that hook. He can definitely afford it with all that eco he has.
All units. Engineer ready. All units.
That Arbiter's got a
All units.
beautiful star right on top of him. The crown. He did take him out of that hook there, but he's feeding him some health. So
All units.
looks like Mr. Pig's going to poke in and try to find something else out. He's got his shield up. That's going to be really huge. He's also fighting into the turrets.
All units. All
So yeah,
units.
Mr. Pig's going to have to pull back there.
Enemy engagement.
Yeah, give these guys props. They were both playing on a little short notice. They played a day earlier than they thought they were going to by their own accord. And yeah, I would have to say this is probably the hardest 1v1 map, in my opinion. I like the Jackal's pushing up here. He's going to take this back. That's really smart. You want to get that cash flow up again. I'd love to see some more reactor play. Maybe he can get his vamps into stasis bomb. That would really turn the tide.
All units. All units. All units.
We're moving. My blade is ready.
All units.
Very well.
All units.
On the
All units. All
Yeah, these Covey mirrors, they can get into a stalemate situation, kind of like it has now, where it's all about that late game. Who can get the better units, who can get more control. I think it's going to come down to who can take over their opponent's reactor.
quickly. I need your strength beside me.
Local units. Fiendish return. Research.
My blade.
He's got to be careful he doesn't lose that Jackal there. Looks like they are targeting him.
Point the way. I am chosen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there.
Honor.
But he should have a Jackal up in just a moment here. He'll be able to
All units.
take that back, but it looks like they're just trading.
Going now. No more waiting. My blade is ready.
All units. units. All units.
Moving there.
He's hunting for those vampires.
Repositioning.
Enemy engagement.
Let me go. Where do we
Oh, we got a jackal into the sniper tower over there.
All units.
I will.
Shrek's coming in, but I don't think that jackal can finish it off. It's a little too weak.
At once.
This is good here. Put some damage on that arbiter.
Orders.
All units.
Oh, and I can see the expansion coming up from Shrek.
All units.
Pig's going to want to stop that for sure. I don't know if he realizes it yet.
And my blade hungers.
Oh, that arbiter's going to die. That's going to be huge. It's going to be at least 1 minute before we have an arbiter from Shrek out on the field.
I'll bring them down.
All units. All units.
We're moving.
Local units.
Double shield on that expo there.
Units.
But I don't know if Shrek has the numbers here. Pouring in some suicide grunts. I like that. That'll help take that shield down.
All units.
But the piggy's pushing in here, folks. We got some pig action.
All units.
It looks like he did lose his reactor, though, so we are...
Enemy in
Shrek is sitting on 3 tech.
all units.
Repositioning.
All units.
As you say.
Local units. All units. All units.
He's got a lot of suicide grunts coming out. I'm thinking as soon as he drops that shield, he's going to head right for the Citadel. But he's got to be careful that that base does not get... that expo doesn't get too far developed. Arbiter's back out. It's going to start raging. If I were him, I'd head over to those suicide grunts, but I'm not sure if he has many upgrades on his Arbiter. All the vampires are going to come home and try to slow these down as we've got a huge engagement here. Mr. Pig's Arbiter is falling behind in health. It's kind of a huge cluster. I don't know what's going on right now.
Out of resources.
Looks like Mr. Pig's vamps are going to be...
All units.
they are going to overpower him.
All units.
But it's still a tit-for-tat situation. Just got 2 arbiters raging each other,
Power turn.
and he can't afford to rage anymore. He's gonna pull him back, and that's very... wow, that was close. Very well done by Shrek there, pulling that out.
Local units.
Pig's gonna take that back. And as this game goes on, it's gonna be a lot more difficult for Mr. Pig to regain a foothold.
Going now.
Even though the shield's down, these vampires just have very little base damage.
All units.
Yes.
All units.
Target acquired.
All units. Enemy engagement.
Mr. Pig's gonna be throwing these guys,
Enemy engagement.
throwing these away here. He's got to get them out of there.
Local units.
Double shield, that's gonna be really hard to get through. You're not gonna be able to do that with vampires.
We obey.
Local units.
Mr. Pig's getting some jackals out. He might be taking back some of those reactors.
Local units.
He might want to invest in an expo. Hopefully it's not too late.
All
Oh,
units.
but it looks like Shrek never was actually in there.
At once. What now?
He's getting that RB healed up. I like the engineers.
Enemy engagement.
Yeah, he really wants to get him out of that reactor.
Let me
You don't want him to have 3 tech, that's for
Local
sure.
units.
Hopefully he can get in there before. He's got a lot of money saved up. The one way we end those covey mirrors, folks, we know what it is. Shrek is currently on Tech 3. Maybe he can do it. We'll see. But Mr. Pig is still on 1 base. I think he's got that in his mind. That would be ideal here.
We're moving.
Shrek's moving in with the Jackal. Very smart.
I see the
All
way.
units.
Yeah, these covey late games, they really come down to the wire. And especially on this map with those reactors, Scarab is a great way to break a covey stalemate.
On the way. Where are we needed? Where do we go?
All units. All units.
Mr. Pig's done a really good job of keeping that up. Let's just hope that,
At last.
you know, he did not miss out and he's got enough time to do what he's trying to do.
Reactor claim.
What now?
I see some purple pushing up onto
Enemy engagement.
Shrek's reactor.
Enemy engagement.
It's like Shrek's taking him back.
What is needed?
No beam rifle from these two. We only have defense gauntlet. Quite interesting. Gonna take him out of the money hook here, but again, Shrek does have that expo. I wonder if it's gonna pay off for him.
All units. All units.
Got some more vamps. But Pig's vamps are pretty weak. He's got to be careful he does not get glitched over that ravine there. I think that's why he was a little hesitant. It's going to get spiteful. It's going to cost a little less to rage.
All units.
Mr. Pig's sitting good. He's got 3 out of the 4 hooks. So as long as Shrek doesn't have a Scarab, I think he's in a good spot. Here. I don't see many units from him though. I can't imagine what else he'd be working on. That's a good idea. Don't give that Arbiter any more XP. He's a monster as it is already.
All units. All units.
Scarabs take about 2 minutes to make, so we should be seeing something here shortly.
Where are we
All
needed?
units.
Show us when. I am here. What?
Enemy engagement.
State of Grace coming out. It's going to make those heals a little bit faster.
Repositioning.
And Mr. Pig is sitting on full pop.
All units.
Scarab has come up, so let's see if he can seal the deal.
All units.
I think that Arbiter just got clipped. I can't tell.
Point the way.
I don't see him anymore, so I think he did.
Blades. Research. All units.
Scarab's pushing up, and this could be it, folks.
All units.
What? I am chosen. My blade is ready.
Did he self-destruct that base over there? I can't tell. He's got the base locked down. I'm not sure what he's planning.
I am chosen.
State of Grace research.
Target sighted.
All units.
Playing it very safe here.
Ready. Stop.
You are victorious.
And game 1's gonna go to Shrek. Or I'm sorry, gonna go to the Pig. GG's. GG's. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going into game number 2 here on Chasms. We're going to see what we get for our matchup. Mr. Pig is going to be Covey, or not Covey, he's going to be UNSC. Let's see what Shrek gets here. He is going to be Covey. Okay, it's going to be RB versus Anders. Pig's going to be heading out looking for those crates. And let's see what we got. We got a turret immediately. I'm curious what Shrek's going to be going. Probably, I'm going to assume Temple second. Temple first or Temple second. Get that early aggression on him. You know, Arbiter can be really scary on this map. It's not a lot of area to traverse, and you really gotta be watching your warthogs. So I'm curious to see how Shrek's gonna play this one. He just played an RB game, so he's gonna be warmed up to RB. And let's see how Mr. Pig transitions to UNSC. Pretty standard build here. He's going to be going reactor second gunner. He might be going to see if he can take some suicide grunts out. I do like the Hall second coming up from Shrek. That's actually a pretty decent strat. Get some jackals out. You just got to be careful that these. First, you got to be careful you don't lose your ghosts, and second, you got to watch out for any jackals that are going to be flying in there. It's going to be a very nice pick there. It's going to deny him a few crates. Upgrading the pads. Very good.
Enemy engagement. All units.
Barracks last. That is also really standard.
All units. All units.
I'm not seeing another building coming up. There it is. He's got to be very careful here. He doesn't lose this. He doesn't lose these hawks because he's parked right on top of that grab lift. They could come back at any moment, and they could be bye-bye. He did pick that up, so that's going to be good. Let's see if he can hold on to it now, because Mr. Pig's base is really close by, and 1 or 2 flamers will be able to take that out, no problem. So he's got to really pick his battles here.
All units. All units.
And he's back.
All units.
How many is he going to lose? He's going to lose 1, 2. He loses just about all of them, and that's the scary part about the Arbiter. It's just the fact that the hogs they take a while to build, so you gotta protect them.
All units. All units.
I wonder if Shrek was able to collect all the crates that dropped from that clearing.
All units. All units.
Looks like he did, and he has been holding on to this for a while, so I think it definitely has paid for itself.
All units. All units.
Mr. Pig's going to pick it back up, and I'm assuming Shrek is clearing out his as well.
All units.
Getting some Marines out. Marines versus Arbiter is actually not a bad idea, especially as Anders. You can get those. You can get new blood for the cost of one single Marine. Only costs 100, and then you can get into RPG, and RPG is just very, very strong against the Arbiter. That auto locking.
Local units. All units.
I want to commend these two gentlemen here for playing in the first ever show match of Turnip Vids. Big shout outs to Shrek and Mr. Pig.
All units. All units.
Again, this is live, so I don't know what the results are. We're finding out together. He's going into Tech 2, so I wonder if we're going to see a vehicle depot. Got some grunts coming up here. Looks like he was trying to pad up his side here. Hopefully no Arbiter shows up, though, and he'll be able to take that out.
Reactor complete.
And it looks like Mr. Pig's opted for some Spartan tanks. I really like that play from Shrek right there. I love that grunt in the scout tower. It's going to let him know a lot of information. Here comes the Arbiter. Arbiter's on the Expo. Let's see if he can defend it. He's pretty weak, so who knows? Oh, he's so low on health.
All units. Local units.
Now would be the perfect chance to come back in. Shrek, I think he could have taken that. Double summit, you love to see it. And he's going to save it. Really nice job. That's going to be huge. Hopefully those Warthogs find their kill. Ooh. Not quite. He's got to be careful here. Oh, he's going to lose it. But maybe that's a good thing. He'll be able to rebuild him. I like the opt-in for the Tech 3 here. The window really starts to close for the Covenant once the UNSC gets to Tech 3. There's not too much they can do.
All units. All units. All units.
I'd like to see some aggression from Shrek here. Hopefully once he gets that Arbiter back up. And that Hawk's going to go down, it looks like. But he's showing his hand here that he's got the Spartan tank, so let's see how Shrek reacts to that.
All units.
Opting for some Wolverines to fight that double summit. Not a bad plan. Looks like he's going to be committing heavily, so we'll see what we can do.
All units. Enemy engagement. All units.
Mr. Pig's going to be clearing this base out over here. Going for the long haul.
All units. All units. All units. Local units. Local units.
I think this is a good idea, especially because he's got some downtime because the Arbiter is just getting back online. But he's got to be careful here. He's only got the one depot. If he loses that, it could really bottleneck his production.
Local units.
Canister shell, that's going to be good. That's going to be nice to fight that Arbiter with.
Canister shell.
I wonder if he's going to maintain the Tech 3. Arbiter's here. Perfect timing. He's going to DQ that. Maybe he gives him those crates as well. That's a really, really nice positioning there. Going all in onto the Wolverines. He is. He's going to opt to down tech it. He's going to queue him up, and then he's just going to go all in. He better pray that depot does not go down. We still got summits up. He clicked on them. They're still there. And Shrek, he could have that Expo up as well. He's got a lot of score. But we'll find out.
Volley. Research. All units.
Does have 2 turrets up. It's going to be hard to push into this.
Vehicle depot complete. All units. All units.
Here come the Banshees. We've got quite a few. That's going to be a lot to deal with. I wonder if he's going to take out that depot or just start fighting these.
All units. All units.
Cryo's coming in. It's going to be huge. Ooh, that's gonna be rough right there. That's everything frozen. Oh, that's gonna be really huge. I don't know if Shrek can come back from this one. Yeah, with Covenant, that window of opportunity is very, very small. He's gonna get back out of there. Oh, we got a little freeze. There we go. But will Mr. Pig push up, or will he give him the time to come back? We'll see here. He's gonna check that base out. Nothing's gonna be there. I think we got a shield up as well. It sounds like it, maybe not. Suicide Grunts going for the tower. Oh, no shield. This is not good. I'm not sure if Shrek has anything here. Going right for that temple. That's smart. Oh, but the Banshees are at the other side. I don't know if they're going to be able to do a base trade here. Unless Shrek has another base, it might be really difficult for him to do anything. I just don't think there's enough Banshees. He's gonna go right for the main. He's gonna send the Wolverines home. It's gonna be a smart decision. The depots are gonna be down, but at the cost of the base. Wonder if there's any more surprises left for us. No, we have no expo from Shrek. So that's gonna be it looks like. Gonna clear him out of this here, and he might just run out the clock. Oh, the disrespectful heal.
Vehicle depot complete. All units. All units. You are victorious.
And that's gonna be game number 2. Can Shrek bring it back? He's gonna need to pull out something here. And we're going to Barrens.
You're gonna get me on this one. I actually have never played this map before.
Mr. Pig announcing that he's never played the map before. Is it a trick? Or will he crumble under the might of Shrek? Let's see if we let's see what happens.
All units.
All right, it's gonna be Cutter Arby. I bet you money Shrek is kicking himself right now, because if you know Mr. Pig, Arby is his main. He loves Arbiter, but Cutter has a really good shot on this map. So let's see if Shrek can pull it out in game number 3 here.
Warehouse complete.
Temple second. I like it. You know, even though this is a really good map for Cutter, it could be an even better map for the Arbiter. Because of that free healing spire in the center, it's going to be difficult to keep those heals off of that Arbiter.
Leader temple complete.
I am here. I am am chosen. As you wish. I am here.
Got some hogs coming up here
I am going.
in the healing ring.
I am going.
Gonna get the ram off, but
For glory.
it's not gonna be able to heal itself.
For glory. I am going. I am going. For glory. I am going. For glory.
Warehouse complete.
Oh, it's a really weak hog right there. He's got to be careful. Got to run that one back to that healing ring.
I will. I am here.
He's gonna get the heal up, so he might be able to hold on for a little longer.
For glory.
Ooh, I don't know if that was the right play though. It's gonna weaken that hog quite a bit.
Warehouse upgraded.
As you wish.
He needs to get Gunner to be able to take care of that ghost.
Glory. I am here. I am going.
Trek's gonna pull back here.
Covenant.
Warehouse.
Ghost is gonna continue the pressure.
For glory.
Just keep him out of that healing ring.
I am going. Orders. I am here.
He's looking at those reactors. He might be thinking about taking them.
I am chosen. As you wish. For glory.
Enemy engagement.
The key is gonna be the D-bomb here. If he can get the D-bomb off and get a kill on this RB, that's gonna be huge.
Warehouse complete.
I am here. I am chosen.
Gonna be raging these down here.
Warehouse.
I think this is a good idea to take these over. Get into some Tech 2 units.
I am chosen.
Local units.
He's got a nice eco going though.
Local units.
I am chosen.
Enemy engagement.
RB's gonna be half health, but what do we got down here? We've
I am going.
just got some hogs, so I'm not sure what Shrek's up to. He might be going into just Tech 2. We'll see though.
Out of resources. Power terminate.
For glory. I am going.
Oh, he's gonna get the ram off. Yeah, generally not a good idea to hit those little flood pods. I know this is Mr. Pig's first time playing, but they will damage that. They do a lot of splash damage to whatever is in that reactor there.
I am here. I will.
I'm really hoping it out for Shrek. He's my Shrek is my pick this game.
I will.
All units.
For glory. I am here.
Getting a summit coming up.
All units.
I am going. For
Looks like Banshees are going to be the play.
orders.
Summit complete.
What?
Looks like he's opted for a single summit. A single summit is actually really good if you want to do some raging.
I am.
Because if you've got your Arbiter and
I am.
you can make some Banshees and continue to rage at the same time. But those flamers are going to get
Research.
cleaned up there. But he does have that reactor. That's huge for a UNSC to have that. He's going to be queuing up repeating cannon. I don't know if Shrek has got a scout off yet. I'm wondering if he knows these Banshees are coming. But he's not going to be able to push this out of here yet. He doesn't have... Oh, he opted for the Flamer. So if he just leaves this here, I mean, they'll eventually get...
Local units.
They'll get taken out by those flood forms.
Local units.
And that's going to put Mr. Pig onto Tech 3.
I am here.
All units.
Hopefully he got something good out of that upgrade there.
Research. Local units.
Oh, not a smart idea. Another thing too, you
Local units.
cannot suicide those reactors there. They don't really, it doesn't really work like that.
I am here.
All units.
Bring them down. I am chosen.
Shrek seems to be playing it safe. I think he's definitely got some good upgrades out in the time being. Maybe he can do a little steamroll.
I am here.
All units.
But it appears he's going to try to get sacrifice Oh, he's going to get Sacrifice queued up. That's going to be huge. Sacrifice is so strong. He's going to opt to delete that pad. And at the same time, there's some Flamers showing up.
Out of resources. Power terminated.
I wonder if he can hold it down.
All units.
For glory.
Sacrifice is so strong. It can fight Wolverines, too. Especially if they're unupgraded, so... that might have been a really good choice.
As you wish. I will. I am chosen. As you wish.
I think Shrek's best choice right now is to get an Expo up while he's waiting.
Summit complete.
I can tell he's got some tanks out.
I am here.
Local units.
I am chosen. I am here.
So Arby's pretty weak. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to be caught in that healing ring if the tanks are parked
Local
there.
Units. All units.
As you wish. What? Orders.
He's sending in the Scout Hog. He's going to see those summits.
I am here.
I wonder if he's going to be able to react in time.
I am here. I am chosen.
All units.
I'll do. Attack run commencing. I am here. I will.
Local units.
Yeah, it's going to be really easy pickings here for these tanks. They're just stock tanks.
Local units.
Engage. Waiting for instruction.
He's just throwing these tanks into the meat grinder.
On. Nancy, on station.
All units.
As you wish. Give me a target.
All units.
Boosters at maximum. I am here.
Enemy engagement.
Ready for orders.
All units.
We do not have any Tech 3 from what it looks like. We got some turrets up, though. It looks like a double depot, if I'm not mistaken.
All units.
Enemy spotted.
All units.
Ready to
All units.
Nancy, ready for orders.
Enemy engagement.
I'm thinking we might have another Expo up.
Chosen.
I'm just not seeing enough new. I don't see any units out from Shrek.
Enemy engagement.
Attack run commencing. What? I am here. No mercy.
Local units.
Flying. Ready to attack.
Got a double reactor there.
Bring them down.
All units.
He's committing seppuku and he's going to be macking his own base. I think that is a sign, folks.
I am chosen.
All units. All units.
I gotta say, Shrek fought very valiantly. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get some after game interviews here with these folks.
Nancy, in the air.
All units.
But it's not about winning or losing. It's about the profit of regret. That's what it's always been about.
All units.
For glory. Boosters activated.
Enemy engagement.
But yeah, well done to Mr. Pig,
All units.
taking home that $35, and to Shrek for being a really good sport.
All
He's going home with 15.
All units.
Attack run commencing.
All units. You are victorious.
And that's gonna be GG. Well done, everybody.
Wait, get Shrek out of here. It feels weird if Shrek's listening to my post.
No, I'm gonna listen, dude.
No, I want to talk
We're
shit.
we're all here after the games. What are the hot thoughts? What is going through everybody's mind?
Great win here by the team tonight, Team AOT. I thought the pregame practice, which we had, definitely led to some wins. Some big plays. I thought those
In
games were
practice?
very long. On my part, this is my post-game interview, Shrek. Please keep down. I'm not a big 1v1 specialist, so the first game went on for 20 minutes, which was not expected. I know a lot of people like to collapse those games within the first couple minutes. And I'm not like that, but I'm different, I'm just built different, and that's how we came together today to get a 3-0 victory versus Smelly Shrek. Thank you.
Shrek, I gotta say, you fought very valiantly, and We definitely appreciate all of your contribution. What are your thoughts? Can we get your input? What was going on today?
Listen, you know, in real life, I wouldn't last more than 30 seconds against Mr. Pig. So, you know, just the fact that I went 20 minutes in the game, I really put in work for the team. It definitely wasn't the outcome we were hoping for, but I promise you we are going to get him next time. Honestly, the only thing that fuels me these days is pure hate, and it's just growing. It's just
Wonderful.
growing.
Shrek,
So we're going to work on that.
that was beautiful, Shrek. Beautiful.
No, Trek, if you may ask, what do you mean by you wouldn't last with Mr. Pig 30 seconds in real life? Is that on a video game scale or a more sexually proposed question?
Honestly, I would say whatever came to your mind first. It probably is the reality there.
Yes. For me, I thought of it as more like a Latina standpoint. You know, I would be your Latina, and you're not lasting
Whoa.
30 seconds.
Bro, I die for my homies. I ride my homies. Wait, what?
All right.
Well, folks, thanks you for tuning in. Maybe we'll do some more show matches in the future. Give it up for Shrek and Mr. Pig.
Wait, that was part of the
both going
recording?
home. Both going home with some winnings tonight. We'll catch you on the next one. This is Turnip. Peace out.